welcome to my jungler guide. As this video is highly requested, I will try to make it as informational as possible. Anyways, let's get into the core concepts of jungling. A jungler is a role that sets the pace of the game. You control the map, deciding when fights happen, taking key objectives at right times. Your main role is to farm up, gank lanes, securing objectives, making advantages. There are three main rules to jungle. Firstly, jungle rotation, knowing to invade jungle, gank, tax lane. Secondly, knowing timings, avoiding unwinnable fights, gank at unexpected timings. Lastly, game ending, wave management, lane pushing. With that being said, let's get into a real game. I'll be using one of my favorite junglers, Luna. With her high skill ceiling and high risk high reward plays, it has been one of my favorites ever since the game launched. Since I am solo queuing, I'd prefer to wing something unexpected. Normally, they would start from the opposite of Clash, while I start from opposite of ADC. Luna's passive's third attack lets her deal enhanced buff. It can last 5 seconds, so save it till 0:30. Normal jungle pathing. I don't tax wave because I want to reach level 4 as soon as possible to be useful. Knowing Luna is also slow at jungling before level 4, there isn't any time to tax wave. I can see my bottom is playing aggressive, no point helping them as enemy won't come out. My teammate is getting ganked from top, then the info we can get is enemy jungler starts from blue. Since there is no mid wave, gank to get kill. Landling's invisible has a weakness, where he reveals himself when the enemy's in his radius for too long. He can't run anywhere but back, so block his route. Sadly a bad trade, mid played too aggressive. Since mid died, you have to help him clear wave. Around to 10, your jungle spawns. So you have 15 seconds before going back to buff again. I decided to eat top jungle and go back to blue so I don't slow my tempo. Also, it's okay to make mistakes. Everyone does, even the simplest ones. Since my ult is not up, I have 10 more seconds until my red spawns. So I will tax the wave, then go back to farm again. Remember, enemy jungler starts from blue? Assuming that, then he will also be in his red right now. Because my Clash is pushing out, he will get ganked later on. Enemy bottom lane played aggressive and didn't know timing, ganked them. Not the cleanest, but I guess gets the job done. Contest neutral jungle. As a jungler, do note down this. For money farming, it's minion wave buff jungle. Mid not in lane to clear, help them clear. If you realize, jungle rotation became a cycle. Same old pattern, 15 seconds. Looking at the map, my mid lane is still not here. And I have 15 seconds, and of course standing there is not efficient. So that means I am able to eat the mid wave again. A bit blurry, but you can see I efficiently use the time to farm gold, and have time to rotate back to get buff. Continue your original pathing. What makes junglers hard are decision making. I know that the enemy jungler is at their own blue, because it's a mirror image. So now I'm given to choices, get objectives or mid lane. Since his jungle pathing is blue-red gank, so I forced this dragon, so that he would be forced to rotate bottom to start the dragon. Mid lane is still not here, clear the wave. Enemy jungler made an interesting choice to go bottom and gank my teammates. Traded, enemy jungler is now dead. Remember what I said? Since their jungle pathing is blue-red gank, and because he switched, so that means his red is open, and he is not alive to protect it, so we can invade. Take everything, don't let your enemy farm. Mid died, so I am forced to rotate to mid to clear wave. Do you see the pattern again? 15 seconds until buff spawns. There was 5 people, immediately retreat. Watch closely on the map here. Enemy jungler died, while your blue spawned. So what does that mean? If you said, enemy jungler blue buff also spawned, congrats, you have understood the rotation fully. Knowing that, we can get our own blue first then start invading them. Since I only have around 15 seconds until red spawns, no choice but to tax mid-wave. With the info we had just now on the enemy jungler, invade immediately. Enemy mid laner was to open, kill her first. Forced flash and they backed off, now you can invade safely. Also, watch the map carefully. We can see the jungler is at top. Always remember that all the details add up together. Because of this invasion, he is forced to take fights with his team. One huge bad habit that low-ranked players do are having huge team fights and sticking together. It might seem right in theory, but in fact, you need someone to push the wave. Because if you keep sticking together, there will be no one pushing the wave to give pressure. So the enemy will not need to divide their strength and wave clear the other lanes. Because we saw the enemy jungler last seen was top, we can contest dragon without any interruption. But before that, always remember to clear wave. Remember to focus on yourself instead of others. You are a jungler, you should let your teammates follow your tempo, not you following their tempo. Always take the initiative. Get your jungle because why not? Eat all their neutral jungle so they can't get any gold from jungle creeps. As we can see on the map, 3 waves are pushing into them. Because of them sticking together, they can't clear the wave. Since mid and bottom are harder to push, due to my teammates being at mid tower is normally hard and no one is close to bottom tower. So I decided to join my top to push top tower. Enemy jungler shouldn't have come. As you can see, mid lane is extremely hard to push. Since they're distracted, chip the top tower. Knowing their ADC can't kill me, strategic ult to get kill. Your ult is only 10 seconds, while his death is 27 seconds. Push mid because no one is alive. Man, this is a pretty ugly sight, lol. Fun fact, did you know Lubin's ult actually gives vision? Game has already ended at this point, 8 minutes in. So now let's have fun. Now it's just pretty much me bullying them. Even my teammates don't want to push. But as you can see, 10,000 gold in 9 minutes. So knowing how to farm is crucial. The more money you have, the more you can do in game. Waiting for them to respawn and kill them again. And when you have money, you can do this. I can play like ass and still get a quadra. GG. My end score. So after watching the guide, hopefully you are able to learn some ideas and concepts. Change your habits of tunnel visioning kills. Dying is extremely crucial and will slow your tempo down immensely. You are a jungler, you are the leader of the team. You direct how your teammates play. Even if my kills weren't flashy, but I still won the game. Point is, it takes time and experience to understand jungler, and also a lot of decision making. I fully recommend playing jungler as it's probably the best role in terms of solo queue. With that being said, do let me know if there is any questions about the video. I will always try to reply. Since this is my last video of this series, I will take an indefinite break to produce content. That is only purely informational. I don't plan to become a YouTuber and pump out content where it's irrelevant, because that's not my main goal making videos. Anyways, hope you were able to learn from my guide. Thank you for watching, and hope to see you soon again in the Gorge.